Alright guys, so in this video I want to tell you about where I consistently see people going wrong with product research. And we all know that product research is probably the most important stage in your Amazon FBA journey, because if you get that wrong, then basically everything after that is going to be a domino effect and just go wrong for you. If you choose the wrong product, it's going to be very hard for you to succeed or even break even in a lot of cases, depending on how badly you choose the product. And a lot of the products that I see chosen badly are because of this one mistake. So if you want to know what that is, stick around to the end of the video. But before we actually get into it, I'd really appreciate if you give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and definitely smash the bell notification so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, what I want to talk about in this video is the problem with the range of sales that we are looking at when you're doing your product research. And no matter who you're following online, whether it be me or anyone else in the UK or even people in the US, which I don't really advise because they're different marketplaces, but whoever you follow, whenever we talk about product research, there's generally a range of sales that people are talking about that you should search for during your product research, whether that be a minimum of 200 sales or 300 sales or even 500 sales. There is just a range that we like to search between. You never see anyone say make sure there's just 10 sales or 5 sales. There's always a minimum amount of sales because we need to verify demand. So that's pretty obvious. That's why everyone talks about it. That's why it's so important. But where people go wrong is just focusing on these metrics. So for my product research now, I use Helium 10. I'll leave some discount codes down below in the description. But for this example, I found a product probably a while ago now that was with Jungle Scout. I just think these numbers greatly reflect what I want to show you in this video. So I'm going to put the screenshot up now, and I'm going to keep it there for most of the video while I talk about the issues with this product based on the sales. So with this screenshot up now, if you look at the sales, it's obviously getting a huge amount of sales, definitely more than probably anyone would recommend you need to find. I think it's around 700 if I remember the screenshot correctly. So that's definitely enough sales. If anything's got that many sales, that's perfect. It's definitely enough for you to launch. There's definitely enough demand there. And just completely negating the reviews for now, if you just assume that this product has 200 reviews, so this product is looking amazing at this point, all the other listings are just okay. They're not bad, they're not great, they're just a very average product with great sales, okay reviews, just a not really bad opportunity. But the place that people go wrong in this is just looking at those metrics thinking, okay, this is amazing, it's got more sales than I need, it's got an okay number of reviews, this is a perfect product. But this is where most people go wrong with their product research, is they're looking at the amount of reviews, they're looking at the sales, they're looking at other people's listings, they're looking at all these things just in general. They're not really breaking it down into a per seller basis, which is where people go wrong. Because one of the most important things just in product research altogether, no matter what kind of stage you're looking at, is the sales distribution among different sellers. So this counts for the sales themselves, it counts for people's listing quality, it counts for reviews, it counts basically for everything. And let me explain what I mean by that. So if one seller has 1,000 reviews, another seller has 5 reviews, and everyone else has between 100 and 300 reviews, that doesn't necessarily matter to me. If people with low reviews are getting the same amount of sales as high review people, then the reviews obviously don't matter too much. If there's 10 people, there's 5 with 500, there's 5 with 5, and they're all getting the same amount of sales, then what effect is the reviews really having? Of course, people have more sales, more reviews, are going to probably fare better in terms of the odds, but just by the numbers, we can see it isn't having that much of a difference. If, on the other hand, with that same scenario, all the people with high reviews are getting all the sales and the people with low reviews aren't getting any sales, then that's a red flag. But in the screenshot that you can see here, only people that have good, high number of reviews are getting really high good sales. And that's why the sales amount is so high on average. That's what you need to understand. This number is a complete average. But if you look at listings that don't have so many reviews, for example, then they're doing very poorly in terms of sales. But for everything we talk about during product research, you need to understand why. For every single thing you see, every single number, ask yourself why. Why does this person have this number of views? Why is his listing like that? Why are his sales like that? Why is his main picture like that? Why is this distributed like this? If you don't understand why, you can't understand the product, and you can't hope to launch it and be successful if you don't understand why things are happening when you're looking at the numbers. So if one guy is getting a very low amount of sales and he's got low reviews, Is that because he's got low reviews, or is it because he's got a bad listing? So he might have 10 product reviews and he have bad sales, but then you look at his listing and he's got one crappy picture taken on a table, not even a clean white background. So is his low sales because of his reviews, or is it because of his listing? You need to understand why and make the difference, because that could be the difference between you launching a product, having an amazing listing and doing very, very well with 5 reviews, compared to him doing very bad with 5 reviews. So basically, the main point of this video is what I'm trying to get across here is the sales distribution. You need to look how are the sales distributed among the different sellers, and why is it like that? Why does this person have more sales? Is it because of his pictures? Is it because of his listing? Is it because of his price? Is he offering a bundle product, a different product? Is it just because he has a high amount of reviews? Is that the only differentiator between him and the other top 5 people? Is he has more reviews? Or is the other variables I've selected there, are they also different in this seller? So when you're doing your product research, don't just look at the averages, because they are averages. If you have, for example, the top 15 sellers and one guy is getting 5,000 sales a month and all the rest are getting 100, the average is still going to be higher than what most people would teach you've got to look for as a minimum. But that doesn't mean that that product is a good one to go for, because there's a clear market domination by that one person. So often that's fine. If one person is getting 10,000 sales and everyone else is still doing okay, that's fine. But if in the example that I'm showing here, people are getting way more sales than others and the other people aren't doing that good at all, you need to understand why. And if you can understand why, it might still be a viable product for you, if it's because everyone's got bad listings that aren't getting any sales. But if not, this is definitely something to avoid. You need to look at the sales distribution and you need to understand why that is happening. So a hell of a lot of content kind of skimmed over in this video. I could talk about this topic for hours and hours and hours, but I don't want to do that in this video. I just want to kind of give you the base layer that you need to understand the distribution of sales and understand why it is like that. Otherwise you could make some very, very serious mistakes with your product research. So with that in mind, guys, I hope you've learned something in this video. If you have, give the video a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below on what I've talked about and if I've kind of gone all over the place a bit. But if not, give the channel a big subscribe and definitely click the bell notification. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next video.